All right, take it away.
Okay, this is just kind of a little curiosity bit, and in fact, I don't know the answer to the question. Just a little riddle. Um, so what I've got is boing boing boing. Sorry for that. Just have a little 50 millimeter fan, um, and I took it apart and ripped the guts out, ripped the motor guts. So essentially, it's just a fan on very nice bearings. And I did that as an inspiration to Scott for his fan-based anemometer. So you can pretty much see, how this works, and it just it spins really really nicely. That's fine. No big surprise. And if if I blow on the fan a little bit, I can make it spin, and that's fine. No big surprises there. If you look at it, you can see which way the blades go, and I'm blowing from essentially from where the camera is. And if I did that, you can see pretty much which way the fan should go. So if I blow just gently, it goes, kind of the direction you would expect with
Counterclockwise?
air hitting this side, counterclockwise from here. So the quiz, or the riddle, it's not a really quiz, it's a riddle. If I put the thing down, and it's just the back of the fan is just smooth, it's just to mount on a flat surface. If I put it down, this is just a piece of paper on a piece of cardboard, and I blow on it. So I'm just blowing, kind of straight down. Which way do you think it's going to go? Now, the airflow isn't, there isn't a good way for the air to flow. So it's really about what the airflow is in this setup. If I blow, because you've already made and written down and put in a mayonnaise jar under the porch or whatever, your answer. If I blow, goes that way. Now, if I pick it up just a little bit, it goes the other way. So, but little bit of air under it. And I'm not cheating. There's no, magnets or weird stuff. This is really a question of, what the airflow is. And I had a piece of tubing, which I don't seem to have anymore. By directing airflow to one side, I can make it spin either way, even if it's flat down on the surface. But if the airflow is just down the center, goes like that, unless the air can go through it. And the question is, so what is the airflow? What's happening? Why is it doing this? And if anybody's got any great insights, now's the time to share them.
I have a suspicion that when you have it on the tabletop, and then the air comes down over the blades, and then there's a buildup of pressure because the air is rebounding off the tabletop. So then you have that region of high pressure, and in order for that to, I don't know, it just seems like then it has to push the fan blade in that direction in order for the the pressure to be released. I don't know. That's.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. And
well, I guess one way to think of it is that what makes the fan blades move when you're holding it up off the table is the flow of air through the fan, right? It's going in the top and out the bottom. And there's no exit on the bottom, right? But, so the air isn't going through the blades, it's glancing off them.
But, and certainly it's not just going through, but it actually goes the way.
So
it's got to be it's doing something.
I'm thinking of this more intuitively than anything scientific. But if you think of like pressurizing the space between the vanes, that high pressure air is going to kind of get caught under one side and just kind of slide out on the other side. And that's sort of a qualitative way of saying that it's going to get pushed to that one side.
Is that sort of a restatement of Phil's
It-
high
it-
pressure under the blade and pushing
Yeah,
out on the back?
That's, I believe it's another way of saying the same thing, that
Yeah. I think it's when it's on the table, it's kind of like a cup anemometer.
Hmm.
And
yeah, that's the same principle where it gets caught on one side and slides over the other side.
so if I found the tubing. If I go asymmetrically,
Right. That's to be expected.
even with it sitting on the
Yeah.
on the surface, that's fine. But if I go symmetrically, that it does this. Now, interestingly, even if I pick it up, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches away from it, with using this piece of plastic tubing. But if I hold it very close, so I've still got, lots of breathing room underneath it. Okay, and if I can do it without being off center. It does the same behavior. And it's very clear that it's way less sensitive when it's down flat, or even when I'm using the tube close up and centered on the thing.
Mhm.
I got to blow a lot more.
I like Phil's analogy. I think with your tube, you could make a cup anemometer go the wrong way
Sure.
by blowing on the back side of the cups.
Sure.
Mhm.
If you're not so if your airflow is not symmetric or even over the entire structure, you could get it to do whatever you want.
So the fact that even when it's out in free air, pushing on the center, so is the air coming down and blowing out sideways? Yeah, I mean, obviously it is. If I'm blowing, right onto the center, and there's no place for the air to go except spreading out in all directions. Does that offer any insight? Because it's the same thing that's happening here, sort of. I mean, even if I blow just from, a foot away, yeah, I guess I retract that. So that's the riddle of the day. And certainly any viewers that have good insight into how this works or why it goes the way it does, you should make your comments to Workshop 88.
Very cool. I wish I had an answer, but when I get an answer, I'll submit it to Workshop 88.
Very
Thanks,
good.
Thanks, Jim.